I'll be right back. To tell you 10 things that you should watch out for in 2023. Listen to me, 2023 can be an amazing year if you plan it well. If you put the right things in place, if you allow yourself to be to start in the way that you're supposed to start. And you see, the interesting part of it is that the year is in our hands. We can decide to do according to what we want. I'm sure you have desires, you have plans, you have the way you want the year to go. That's exactly how you should turn it. That's exactly what you should do. And you see, these 10 things will help you to position yourself right to do the right things in 2023. So when I tell you that I have something interesting for you this morning, I meant it. So number one, I hope you can have a mental recording of this, or you can, if you have to put things down, please note it and never forget. Number one, do not assume. You see, these things are important for your mental health. They're important for you to note, so that when it comes to, as the year unfolds, you won't have issues. A lot of times when we assume and we just predict something that we're not sure of, it causes a lot of problem, both for yourself and the people involved. Do not assume. A lot of times you need to find out the details before you involve yourself in any issue, before you get into any business, before you get into any matter. Please find out all the details. It is important. It's a sign of intelligence when you find out all the details, when you tell yourself, okay, before I judge this matter, can I get the people involved? Can I ask more questions? Can I Google it? Can I find out more about these things? I need to be sure. I need to be certain. I need to be sure that everything is working according to plan. You can't afford to make mistakes based on assumptions. You can't afford to just assume that things will work the way you want them to work and not do anything about it. Assumption will take from you this year. Just assuming that it will work the way you want it to work will never work. You need to understand information, knowledge is power. And it will make you more intelligent than you look. If you see anybody you see that is intelligent, it's because they know the right things to do. They have the right buttons, they press the right buttons, they do the right things. Information is key. Information is right. You can't make mistakes in 2023. Please always get your facts right before you do anything.
.com. Badu, do as them they do. Oh, God, do it thing, you know. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. As you come this life alone, hey, that's how you go live this life alone. No. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. Oro hello, Oluwa Luwa. Oro mi lowo, Oluwa Luwa. Even take away, but every day now forgive away. Baba say make a day happy, make a day happy, yeah, yeah, yeah. Jao, jao, yes, jao, jao. Baby, the day, oh, baby, the day. Jao, jao, yes, jao, jao. Baby, the day, oh, baby, the day. Hallelujah, baby, the day, oh, baby, the day. If you talk, you must do. And when you lie, we know the truth. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. When they say you done the no, brother, keep our money low. Don't let anybody know. Now money go give you fix it that.
Let's mold it. Let's make it into whatever we want it to be. And it's sure going to be an amazing year. So number one, I said do not assume. Do not assume on any matter, on anything. Make sure you ask enough questions before you jump into any matter, before you jump into anything you want to do. Please make sure that you're on top of your game. Don't do hearsay. Don't act based on what people have said to you. Make sure you have the right information, all right? And then number two, Do not talk too much. Let me tell you this. You see, a lot of times you see a sign that someone is intelligent by what they say. And you see, it's not every time that you have to say something. It's not every time. Listen to me, you need to dedicate time to meditations and to ensuring that you think very well before you talk. You think very well before you speak, because if you are not, you will find yourself to blame. Do not talk too much this way. In fact, you should act more than you talk. Let people see you and say that, wow, we are seeing the things you're doing. No, we're seeing what you're less and do more. Let doing supersede talking. This year, it's a year to act, not a year to talk. This year is a year for you to step up your game and move to the next level. Do not allow yourself to be caught in the web of too much talking. Limit the conversation to get involved in. Limit the people that you hang around with. Limit anything that has to do with gossip or hearsay or anything like that. It will cause you a lot of trouble. 2023, you need to act more than you speak. Make sure that you're on top of your game.
Hey, baby, it's your daddy. My grace, you define. I get it times two. You dey eye me. Let me remind you. No, they try me. But to bury me, go my berry. Yeah. You got my attention now. What you gonna do? You the tension, but your legs are kung fu. Okay, cool it down, down. Cause me no fight it. It's not your fight, stand down. I'm not the one, calm down. You know I'm not your problem. You can't be me, why bother? Don't have your time now. Ole mumi bow down. To bambino farabale. Oboya ko lari mole. Okay. It's okay, let them say. Trouble no they pay. We go there okay. I just want ya hear me. Look.
All right, 10 things you need to watch out for in 2023, because the year is in your hands and you need to mold it into what you want it to be like. Information, culture, and tourism. My name is Oyenike Adeleke, and I'm your mental health advocate. I'm that person that you need to listen to in the morning, Monday morning, to set the pace for the week so that you can face the week and ensure that your mental health is in place. I'm that person that you need to meet with and speak with and listen to so that I can help you channel your energy in the right direction. Do not engage in things that waste your time this year, because 2023 is going to be a fast year. All right, so I'm telling you about 3 things you need to do and watch out for in 2023. The first thing I said is you need to stop assuming. Do not assume on anything. Make sure you get your facts and figures right before you get involved in any matter. Number 2, don't talk too much. People are not listening. Make sure you're careful what you say, where you say it, how you say it, to whom you speak to. Make sure that you speak intelligently anytime you have the opportunity to talk. It actually makes you look very intelligent, and it puts you on a pedestal that people would respect you. Number 3, do not your head and you're like, this person. Listen. People take these things for granted. Don't get too concerned in people in things that you're not supposed to involve yourself in. Don't get too muddled up in people's matters. Listen to me. Anytime you overcare, overprotect, get involved in things that are not your matter, people take it for granted. Let me tell you this, people that pay, they pay attention. Anytime you want to do anything for free, be careful how you do it, because people take things that are free for granted. The moment they don't pay for it, it's taken for granted. So be careful how you respond to people. Be careful how you get involved in people's matters. Be careful how you show empathy. You see, because empathy is something that should be valued and appreciated. But these days, at some point, it begins to get devalued. It begins to get overrated. Do not get too concerned in things that don't concern you. Yeah, show some love, show some empathy, show some concern, but don't push it too hard. People think things like this for granted. People don't really appreciate it. And even when it is taken for granted and you want to react, people forget that you were once good. They forget that you were once nice. They forget that you were once paying attention to them. People forget the good you do, and then you become the bad person. Please pay attention to these things. 2023 is in your hands, and you have to ensure that you make it work right for you.
Namidi mix and master. More music on trendybeats.com.
Nobody go ask if you don't chop. Nobody go send you free money. If you not get now, you sabi. Adulthood na scam.
Now what's in the time I believe? Now what's in the time you believe? As I wake up this morning, landlord don't call me. My body don't ring my phone. Say where that thing where you promise me. I know say you no go believe. Them no tell me say that's so it dey be. I beg you take me back to days when you be saying I just to play and chop. Hey.
Adulthood na scam. You better get up for it.
Better know this.
That's to hustle, make a living to yourself. Nobody go ask if you don't. Nobody go send you.
But if not them need you, they go come to you, come they give you difference. But in they spend from Monday to Sunday. They make me reminisce on those days. We pocket money, go yakba for my pillowcase. Now I got send the money, loleo. Everything where I want, I must pay. Must pay. I fit to give anything to become a child.
Adulthood na scam. You better get up for your mind. You got to hustle, make a living to yourself. Nobody go ask if you don't. Nobody go send you free money. If you not get now, you sabi. Adulthood.
Welcome to adulthood, and I'm sure you're enjoying yourself. It responds to you the way it should. And I'm sharing with you 10 things that you need to listen. Number 3, don't get too concerned. People take it for granted. Do not get too concerned. Do get over caring and over conscious about people. Yes, show some love, show some empathy, but don't overdo it because it's taken for granted. Number 4, don't get too familiar. Familiarity breeds contempt. Why am I telling you these things? Because I have come to realize that in life, people that appreciate you are very limited. And you see, if you don't appreciate yourself and put yourself at a pedestal,